A clone game can be found anywhere a lazy studio or developer wants to make easy money by capitalizing on the current trend. The worst thing about being a clone is that you will always be in the original's shadow, and you can never grow past them. That statement is true for 99% of the clones, except one who managed to overcome the original. First, we need to establish what a clone is in this context. In most modern FPS games, you can find the core features from Call of Duty 4. You can find its class system, progression, customization, kill-based rewards, and its game modes, which became an industry standard. You can find those features in the vast majority of modern day FPS, but I wouldn't consider those modern FPS games clones. They merely using Code 4 as a template, which became the industry standard. A good example for what I would call a clone is the game Fortress Craft. It was released in 2011, right around where Call of Duty was the king of gaming and about to slow down. It was replaced by the much more kid-friendly Minecraft. Fortress Craft was heavily inspired by Minecraft and attempted to ride that popularity wave all the way to the bank, and it was decently successful. It reportedly sold 750,000 copies in a little more than a year, and even though I never played it, I could easily say that Minecraft was and is a better game. So why was it so successful? There are two types of clones in gaming. A lazy ripoff that adds no value, those usually don't do well and almost instantly fail. And the other type of clone is one that takes an advantage of unserved niches in the market. Back in 2011, when Minecraft was dominating YouTube, the game was very successful, but Mojang, the studio behind it, was only 2 years old at the time and hardly was equipped to handle a game as successful as Minecraft. The game was still in its beta version, multiplayer servers were unofficial and unstable, and the game was only available on PC. That meant that the millions of viewers who were watching the game on YouTube but didn't have a decent PC, or they just liked their consoles better, they couldn't play the game. Just to give you an idea, the Xbox 360 had sold 40 million units worldwide just by 2010. Obviously, some of those were replacement consoles for the Red Ring of Death, which bricked a lot of units back then. But that's still an untapped market that was starving for the Minecraft experience. The team behind Fortress Craft had cleverly capitalized on it and essentially ported over Minecraft to the Xbox 360, at least in my opinion. I believe that Terraria did the same by capitalizing on the fact that Minecraft was poorly optimized back then and very taxing on your PC, so they brought the Minecraft experience in 2D for weaker hardware. I would personally hesitate to call Terraria a clone, because it brought unique mechanics and found its own identity really quick. You can see for yourself how popular Terraria is today compared to Fortress Craft, which disappeared after Minecraft came out with its own Xbox 360 version a little over a year after the game was released. Now fast forward to March 2017, the gaming world is taken by a storm with the name PlayerUnknown's Battleground. The game becomes a success instantly and tops the Steam charts only after 1 month. Despite its poor optimization and lacking content, this take on the Battle Royale genre exploded during its early access phase. The game peaked with 3.2 million average players in January 2018, which is absolutely insane. PUBG was definitely the next big thing, on YouTube and in gaming. This game had started on its own the dreaded Battle Royale wave, where every developer was pressured by their studio to incorporate a Battle Royale mode in their popular franchises or just make one from scratch. Despite the crazy popularity, PUBG had very glaring weak points. One, it was very poorly optimized both in terms of netcode and performance, making the strongest gaming machines roar and spew the heat of 1,000 suns while playing the game. The second issue was the game being in its early access phase, which meant that it was lacking a lot of core features like mentoring or voice chat. The third issue was the game was only available on PC prior to its console release in late 2018, and later on it went to mobile as well. The fourth issue was that the game, despite its scattered ratings amongst the platforms, is very much geared to at least the age of 12+, which is a limit to the audience that it can reach. The fifth and final issue is that it costs money to buy the game, which is not a barrier for most of us adults who have a job, but it's still one more barrier nonetheless. In September 2017, while the popularity of PUBG was still rising, a middling zombie-themed third-person hero-based looter-shooter game named Fortnite Save the World decided to capitalize on the trend and create their own Battle Royale version. I remember in late 2017, even though me and my friends had PUBG and played it a lot, one of those friends pitched the idea of Fortnite as a Minecraft-esque free-to-play battle royale. So I downloaded the game and played it solo once. I got a couple of kills and was starting to enjoy the game, only to later on die to something randomly, which made me rage quit the game and uninstall it. Seeing as I had a much more superior PUBG at the time, I thought I don't need to suffer this clone. What I didn't notice during my initial short stint in the game is the unique style of the game, which was very kid friendly and meant the game was open to a wider audience. I completely disregarded the grid-based building system, which is unique on its own, but also provided a very steep learning curve and a ridiculous high skill ceiling. I completely ignored that it was pretty well optimized and not as taxing on your machine as PUBG, at least it was back then. The game was available on consoles and it was actually cross-platform as soon as it was out. By mistake mind you, but still cross-platform. The entire Battle Royale part of the game was free. You didn't even have to buy the typical online subscription for consoles to play it. This meant that it was 100% free on every platform. Fortnite is definitely a clone in the sense that it capitalized on the leading trend in gaming by just porting over their current game into a Battle Royale, almost mindlessly. Just by sheer luck, the game found the right market and its own identity. They also made the right moves, which made the game become the media juggernaut that it is today, by incorporating skins from every facet of pop culture. And the game enjoys mainstream success because of it. It's pretty hard to think of a show or a movie that isn't referenced in Fortnite through their skins or emotes. Fortnite was the clone that beat the original, the one that outgrew and escaped the shadow. I believe that Fortnite was initially a clone, but with crazy luck, their existing game being ported over to a Battle Royale actually found its identity and made the initial game look better. It was open to a wider audience and solved many of the weaknesses PUBG had, which is why they beat the original.